For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know. You've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
According to the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, St. Lucians make the right choice. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of NewsSpin right here on Power 97.9 FM. We are also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as on YouTube. My name is Timothy Poleon. We go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon, and during the course of the broadcast as usual, I'll be hearing from you when you call 452-2979. That's 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Once again, this is the most monitored talk show in the world. Later, as well, we'll be hearing from the chairman of the Opposition United Workers' Party, Mr. Thurl Prudent, and I guess he'll be focusing on tomorrow's march scheduled for the south of the island. And of course, Kimani, good afternoon to you. You will be going through the comments in the chat room as well between now and about 1 o'clock or thereabout.
Good afternoon.
Hope you're having yourself a good afternoon.
I am.
All right. So, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, who is responsible under the Constitution for setting the date of general elections, says that St. Lucians always make the right choice. Now, there's a particular individual who has been saying this for so many years now. And the Prime Minister made that comment just moments ago, was hosting a press conference to focus on wide-ranging issues and also the upcoming CARICOM Canada Summit that's scheduled for the 17th to the 19th of this month. He'll be leading a delegation to Canada, and the summit will be hosted by the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and the co-chairman is the chairman of CARICOM, Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt. So, the Prime Minister made that point. The people of St. Lucia, they always make the right choice. And I could only guess that he's saying that primarily because of the outcome of the last general election. Had the St. Lucia Labour Party lost, what do you think he would have been saying? Well, the people erred, they made an error, the people were duped. But let us listen to the Prime Minister make that statement, applauding St. Lucians, holding St. Lucians in high esteem, St. Lucians always make the right choice.
St. Lucia, as I said, is a place of great people. They make right choices. They make right choices. St. Lucians are a place, I mean, look at that. St. Lucia is one of the only places in the world that change government every 5 years, you know. Because St. Lucians make right choices. St. Lucia, as I said, is a place of great people. They make right choices. They make right choices. St. Lucians are a place, I mean, look at that. St. Lucia is one of the only places in the world that change government every 5 years, you know. Because St. Lucians make right choices.
St. Lucia is one of the only places in the world that change their government every 5 years. So, has the Prime Minister already packed his bag? Is he all set for defeat in the upcoming general election? Because his words, one of the only places in the world that changes the government every 5 years. So if they changed the government in 2021, based on what the Prime Minister said, they will change whenever the next general election is called. Maybe 2024, 2025, or 2026, or even later this year. So the Prime Minister is already anticipating that his St. Lucia Labour Party will be defeated come the next general election. Let's open the lines very early, 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. In case you missed it, this is what the Prime Minister said about St. Lucians and their knack to change their governments every 5 years.
St. Lucia, as I said, is a place of great people. They make right choices. They make right choices. St. Lucians are a place, I mean, look at that. St. Lucia is one of the only places in the world that change government every 5 years, you know. Because St. Lucians make right choices.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre speaking moments ago during a press conference. Once again, your calls 452-2979, 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages at 716-2026. The chat room, is it already busy, Kibani?
Yes, as expected. Someone says SLP is not going anywhere. Another comment, we're changing him in 3 years. 5 years is too damn long for that mad PM. Another comment, someone says, I'm happy you know they change government every 5 years, so next election you are out. Another comment, he believes he will be the PM forever. Let's see, someone says Alan Chastney cannot be PM again in St. Lucia. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much. You know, we have a call? Yes, Mr. Producer, go ahead. Good afternoon, this is NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Timothy. Pastor Ben here.
Hi, good afternoon to you.
And good afternoon to all our listeners on NewsSpin across the world. Grace and peace to everybody, and greetings in the name of Jesus. Timothy, I want to take this opportunity to discuss Operation Rescue St. Lucia from Crime and Violence Phase 4. However, before I do, let me address this matter and refer to an announcement that was made last night on HTS TV by the opposition leader, the Honorable Alan Chastney, in reference to what he called Operation Rescue St. Lucia in Vieux-Fort, an activity taking place on Saturday, the 14th of October. In reference to that announcement, I wish to inform everyone on behalf of the Board of Directors of Redemption Ministries and the members that Redemption Ministries, and by extension Pastor Ben, is not affiliated with the announcement that was made by the leader of the opposition. I would love everyone to be aware that we are not affiliated with it. Tim, at this junction, we are or should be aware that I have been on a mission dubbed Operation Rescue St. Lucia from Crime and Violence. You remember you and me on our first show?
Yeah, yes.
Right. I introduced that show in March, and since then, I have been using the slogan Operation Rescue St. Lucia from Crime and Violence. That started in March. And on every talk show I went, on every radio program, I did advertisements. I spoke of Operation Rescue St. Lucia from Crime and Violence. We did it in Phase 1 in V4. We did it in Phase 2 in the Castries Market Steps. We did it on Phase 3 in Dennery South and in Dennery North. And that was the slogan we used. Now, I wish to mention, nobody has a monopoly over any phrase or any slogan. That's left for people's discretion. I don't have an issue with anyone using a slogan. We have that right. However, I need to mention that the public ought to know that Operation Rescue St. Lucia from Crime and Violence is not affiliated with what we heard by the opposition. And I want to take this opportunity now to invite the people of Soufrière, the people of Fort Saint-Jacques, Bouton, Palmis, and the surrounding areas that Operation Rescue St. Lucia from Crime and Violence Phase 4 comes their way. And that's taking place in Soufrière on the 1st of November, the 2nd and the 3rd from 5:30. I will continue what I call my spiritual warfare initiative against Satan, against demons, against the forces of evil propelling crime. I am continuing to let our nation, our government, and our people know we must include a spiritual dimension to fighting crimes and violence, that there are demons, there are evil spirits motivating and propelling crime. The hearts of our young men committing those crimes need to be changed, and only Jesus could change the heart. So I am mentioning to the people of Soufrière, come and hear what Pastor Ben, God's General, will be saying. On the 26th, that's Thursday next week, 26th of October at 5 p.m., there will be a symposium. I will be hosting a symposium at the Leisure Inn in Soufrière. All the people of Soufrière and the community who wishes to attend, call me, call Pastor Ben at 717-1707, so that I could arrange seating accommodation. We're expecting a real supernatural ministry in Soufrière. Again, Tim, I just want to remind our public that what's happening or what will happen in V4, we are not affiliated with it. So we don't want the name, the slogan, to be confusing the people of the country.
All right. Thank you so much for calling, Pastor Ben. 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Over to you, Kimani, and the chat room.
Someone says, you just dug a hole for yourself, Pastor Ben. Let's see. Someone says, next time trademark your slogan. Another comment. Let's see. Pastor Ben is protecting the victory. Let's see. PJP is doing a great job stabilizing our debt position. He will finish St. Jude's and make St. Lucia great. Another comment. Really, with everything going on in the country, the first call, that is the first call. Another comment. Philip JP and Alva Baptist will be in Toronto, Canada next week, Saturday, October 21st. I'm hoping he will not come and embarrass himself there. Let's see. Is that slogan or words copyrighted SMH? Someone says, wait, Pastor Ben alone not want to rescue St. Lucia? Pastor Ben, oh, ma'am.
We have a call. This is NewsSpin. Hello and good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Hi, good day, Tim. How are you?
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
I'm just calling to bring a point across. It's just an experience. I realize that currently, when persons choose to speak on different issues, they are being victimized, they are being targeted, they are being insulted. But I just want to say something. Currently, what we are being faced in the public service, where politicians bring in persons from outside to come and join the service. That's very bad, Tim. When these politicians bring in persons into the service, and these politicians are even no more, like they're not there anymore, these persons in the service take it as a habit. They roll onto the new minister, and they're making you very uncomfortable in the department. They do, like, it's very unprofessional. I think it's time that the public service department stay focused to be the one to do a recruitment and selection process. Don't allow any ministers to bring people in. I think that's very bad, Tim. I cannot say no more. I don't want to be victimized. I'm not saying anymore. But I just have to say that, Tim. I think politicians need to take a back step and let the public service department do their own recruitment and selection and select the persons. Because it's not comfortable in the department, Tim. Goodbye.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling. But politicians will be politicians. What they like to do is to provide opportunities to people who supported them in the run-up to a general election. Why do you think that, you have meeting after meeting, you have AGMs taking place, and you have town hall meetings? A lot of those people who attend those various events, when their party wins a general election, they're looking forward to some favors. And the St. Lucia Labour Party, for example, what it is going through right now, where people are just complaining that they are not receiving rewards from the various MPs and by extension the government, a party that is supported wholeheartedly in the run-up to the last general election, and now they're not getting anything. So that is the challenge that politicians face whenever they win a general election. They have to, curry favor, provide opportunities to different individuals, and sometimes they have to bring people into the public service through the back door. We have a call. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Yeah, Tim, how you doing?
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. Tim, I don't know if you know, because I've been trying to find out which one is older, whether the CDC building or the St. Jude's Hospital. Do you know, Van?
I suspect it's the CDC building. Eh?
Say again?
I suspect it's the CDC building because they were constructed after the 1948 fire.
Yeah, but even though they are not old, the CDC building is older.
Mm-hmm.
That should not be far apart.
No, not really.
Don't think so?
No, not really.
Yeah, why I say that to say this. If the CDC building is so dangerous for people that are not sick, or maybe some of them are sick living there, and we demolish it so fast and, so much interest in it, why go back and patch a hospital that is similar to age and so on, and people life not in danger and so on, especially this type of earthquakes and trauma and all these things we are going out now? The thing about your caller a while ago, Pastor Ben, that's the next fiasco again. That was the devil is just trying to do, division. My comment on that, I don't want to be a reproach to the name of Christ. I rather Joseph Harris suffer than to be a reproach. For that one, I'll hold back my comment on that one. Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you so much for calling. Let's continue with your calls and your WhatsApp messages. Once again, 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Somebody says that if Pierre calls the election in 4 years and wins again, he will argue I said every 5 years, not every 4 years. And let me see there if you have any of your messages. No, we don't have any messages. Let us, I think, Kimani, we have some comments in the chat room.
Someone says, there is nothing wrong in hiring foreigners, but I agree politicians should not interfere. Another comment, this caller is very, very correct. Another comment, someone says, UWP wants to rescue St. Lucia, not Pastor Ben alone. Someone alleges that the public service is compromised. Someone else says, just a question, if a child is not at school for 2 days, 1 week, 1 month, isn't it isn't it the teacher of that child to find out what is wrong to that child? As far as I'm seeing, I don't think anyone cares anymore because I'm seeing children wandering everywhere and not going to school. That's a serious problem. If not, we will not have any children for the future. And the saying is that the children is the future of tomorrow.
We have a call. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Timothy, a pleasant good afternoon to you and your listeners all over the world. PW is on the line, and good afternoon to Kimani.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Timothy, sometime last week, I heard one of your callers called in to object to St. Lucia to the government of St. Lucia putting together a delegation to Venezuela, Timothy. Timothy, we all know that Maduro is the president of Venezuela. I support this government, and you know I'm always being frank and honest. I support the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party for putting this delegation to go to Venezuela to, negotiate whatever they went to Venezuela to negotiate, Timothy. We in the Caribbean, we must understand that we have to unite. We must not just set Venezuela aside, but remember, Venezuela has helped us in the past. I remember in the 80s and early 90s, a lot of St. Lucians went to Venezuela to shop, and a lot of St. Lucians went on a holiday and did duty-free shopping in the Margarita Islands, which is part of Venezuela. So if Stevenson King went to Venezuela to negotiate, an oil deal or to negotiate materials to build our roads, I am in support of that. What I'm not in support of, whether he has the skills and whether we have confidence in him that with the delegation that he went with, whether he can deliver what he went there to get from the Venezuelan people. Remember that Maduro is the president, and I heard one of your callers last week said that the West, almost the entire West, is against Maduro. No, at the UN, 40 members of the West of the UN voted against Maduro. The rest, some of them abstained, some of them supported Maduro. The UN consists of probably 198 members to 205 members. So we must understand that 40 doesn't have the majority, but the rest have the majority. And the Venezuelan people have to know that that Maduro is the president, and they have supported Maduro. So we cannot impose which government that we want on Venezuela. Neither the Americans or the British or the Canadians. So I am proud of this government trying to go to, that went to Venezuela and actually negotiated the various deals with Venezuela. The only thing, as I am saying, whether Stevenson King is capable and whether we have confidence in him that he can come back and tell us what did he negotiate and what did we get from Venezuela. Timothy, I thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979, 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026 at 716-2026. Again, Kimani, anything happening in the chat room worth reporting on?
Nothing was reported.
Nothing at all? Oh, they're quiet in the chat room. Let's take a WhatsApp call. Hello, good afternoon. You are on the air. Let's see if we get the call on the air. Hello and good afternoon to you, caller. Hello, we'll try again. Once again, 452-2979, 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, and that's 716-2026. Coming up in just a bit, we'll be having our special guest, the chairman of the Opposition United Workers' Party, Mr. Thurl Prudent. So Mr. Prudent will be coming on in just a moment on the broadcast. Let's see if we have... No, we don't have a call, no. All right, so let's see there what's happening. Any new comments coming in? I think there's some new comments coming in. No? Nothing at all?
Someone says, this is the worst thing the PM did to associate with Venezuela. Jim, do you think that's the worst thing the Prime Minister did?
Well, I mean, the Prime Minister will have to explain this. Those decisions invariably are very well thought out, and we always know that the St. Lucia Labour Party is closely linked with the administration over in Caracas, Venezuela, because the previous SLP administration under Dr. Kenny Anthony, they benefited tremendously under Petrocaribe and other programs by Venezuela. I think we have a call. Let's see if we get this call on the air. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim. How you doing?
I'm okay, ma'am. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Kimani.
Hi, good afternoon.
Tim, I would like to address something here. I have a few of them listed down, but I'm going to start first with Pastor Ben. Pastor Ben, I have a problem with you. I cannot never forget the very first time I think you made an appearance on Sky FM, because I call that show. I will never forget that. When you opened your mouth and you said that you're a Kenny boy, you said that on Sky FM that you are a Kenny boy, and I called that station and I addressed that. So I have been listening to you.
What's wrong with him being a Kenny boy?
Pastor.
What's wrong with him being a Kenny boy?
No, I'm not saying that I have a problem. Listen to me, Timothy. I am not saying that the gentleman doesn't, it's his right to say that he's a Kenny boy. Okay? But what I have noticed about him, I have never heard him on Sky FM pray and say something about, let me pray about the opposition, let me pray about the government, let me pray about... You are a man doing God's work. And I ain't see you fighting for that country yet. And I am not the only one. I am sure there are many people out there who have noticed that. Next page. That Venezuelan issue, Timothy. That Venezuelan issue, Stevenson King saying that he went to Venezuela to get asphalt for our roads. St. Lucians, open your eyes to what is happening in this country. At what cost? What is the government of St. Lucia and Venezuela? What are they negotiating for these things to take place? St. Lucians, you all saw the strategy that was used in the 2021 elections. That computer system, we all know that Maduro and the government of Venezuela is Russia that have them there. St. Lucian, the diplomatic affairs between Venezuela and the first world country is not it. It is not good. St. Lucians, our healthcare system, the supermarket, is already showing signs of how Venezuela is today. St. Lucians, open your eyes. It's not about the pie in the sky. Open your eyes, because the decisions you are going to make during that election that will be called there, it will deter the future of our country. St. Lucians, open your eyes. Tim, the young lady who spoke about your first call, I think she was about the jobs in the government institutions with the ministers.
The public service.
The public service.
Yeah, you have 1 more minute because I have to take a break momentarily.
1 more minute, yes, I'm going to come. I'm going to close. That's my final point. Tim, remember the affirmative action that Labour passed? I think it was in Babono. How many years ago? St. Lucians, open your eyes and unite to take your country back. Because what this country is going to become after that general election that will be coming up there anytime from now, because I'm seeing signs of it. Open your eyes because you all will regret. You all will regret. All the signs are there on the wall. It is showing you. God exposed these fellas already. Tim, I'll leave it there for now.
Okay,
Have
ma'am.
a good afternoon.
You too. Thank you so much for calling. Kimani, any other comments in the chat room? Because that will be your final stint for today. I know that you'll use the rest of the afternoon to go out and have lunch and have a good time, etc.
Someone says, Pastor Ben knows what his true motives are. It's up to us to see beyond the usual gospel. Another comment, good practice. In the USA, with all its checks and balances and a high level of democracy, the president can only serve 2 consecutive terms. St. Lucia, with a weaker system of democracy and moderate checks and balances, should only allow a prime minister 1 term. Someone says, Pastor Ben is bending to suit the politics. Another comment in the chat room. Venezuela is in South America, not part of the Caribbean island. Venezuela doesn't have money to buy toilet paper for its people. What do they have to give to St. Lucia? That's about it, Tim.
All right. Thank you so much for that stint of going through the comments in the chat room. We hope you'll have yourself a great weekend, Kimani, because just a moment we'll be having a special guest and we'll not be able to go through those comments in the chat room. Also coming up, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia reacts to the opposition's planned march over in the south. You are watching NewsSpin on our NewsSpin Facebook page. We are also on YouTube, and you're listening to the broadcast, the most monitored talk show in the world, on Power 97.9 FM.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Introducing the new LuSelect Virtual Service Desk, where one click is your access to every service. From my account to streetlight reports, requests for payment arrangements to settle arrears, change of name and address. Easy online forms give you access from anywhere and at any time. Every service you need at your fingertips. Go to our website, luselect.com, and click on the Virtual Service Desk widget. LuSelect's Virtual Service Desk. Every solution at your fingertips.
And he's done it! He's done it! And my goodness, it's gone.
The party is back! Premier Sports Inc. presents the KFC SPL T20.
Party! Powered by the National Lotteries Authority. Will defending champions Choiseul Craft Masters retain their crown? Or will they be pulled down? From October 13th to the 28th at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds and Grosley Playing Field. Grab your tickets now. Sol Gas Station in Grosley, Amici Restaurant and Bar in Rodney Bay, Riverside Car Park in Castries, Soufre Foundation in Soufre, Monrepo, Choiseul and Labrie Credit Union. Tickets are only $15 for adults, $5 for children. VIP $65 and $85. The party is back. The KFC SPL T20, powered by the National Lotteries Authority. Show them how to party.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
Nightmeds is your dependable neighborhood pharmacy. You'll notice that upon entry, you are greeted by caring professional staff, attentive to your every need. Your prescriptions are always treated with a high degree of confidentiality, and we pride ourselves on providing speedy, efficient service. We carry a wide array commonly requested over-the-counter products, and our prices are very competitive. We offer blood pressure testing, blood sugar, and cholesterol testing. We're open to fill your prescriptions Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come visit Sadhu's gas station on the Miku Highway or call us at 572-6840 or WhatsApp 461-6840 for more information. Nightmeds Pharmacy. We are your community med store.
Can't get a break from all this tax? Head to Automotive Art and get a taxcation. Automotive Art is offering you an ease from VAT and health and safety levy with savings of up to 15% and more. That's right, 15% of all tools, 15% of all accessories, 15% of car detailing, 15% of all rims, 15% of computerized wheel alignment, and 15% and more of selected tires with savings of up to 30% on some sizes. It's Automotive Art Taxcation. Visit us at Automotive Art at Vidbutai Castries and Latuni Vieux today and enjoy a taxcation. Offer valid for limited time. Some conditions apply. See stores for details.
Things are heating up at the National Farmers and General Workers Credit Union Limited. We've got some red-hot deals just for you with 100% financing. Rev up for some excitement with our incredible vehicle loan offer. Building or renovating, we've got you covered. Or pack up for that ideal getaway. This offer won't be available forever. Visit us today and take advantage of this limited time deal. Don't miss out on these fantastic deals with 100% financing. Only at the National Farmers and General Workers Credit Union Limited. We're your friend when you're in need.
The Ministry of Commerce, in collaboration with the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, presents the 16th Annual St. Lucia, Taiwan Partnership Trade Show at the Pavilion on the ramp in Rodney Bay, Grosley, from Friday, November 3rd to Sunday, November 5th, 2023, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. Come, support the creativity of 69 local entrepreneurs and 16 Taiwanese businesses, including ICT and business solutions, food and beverage, and so much more. We will be hosting lots of fun games and activities for kids. Relax and enjoy the nightly live entertainment. Saturday features carefree karaoke with fantastic prizes up for grabs. Then on Sunday, we culminate in grand style with a strictly local fashion show and live comedy from Cooks Productions. Don't miss out. Free shuttle service provided from the Baywalk Shopping Mall and back. Come witness the emergence of our next generation of entrepreneurs.
In a world where health is wealth, why do I have to live to be 80 years to access basic healthcare services? It's time to ensure that our seniors receive the care they deserve without breaking the bank. Join me and others on Saturday, 14th October in Field 4, next to the brewery, as we demand the government instate national health insurance and a dignified future for us all. Your voice can make healthcare accessible to all.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. It's called NewsSpin and it's on Power 97.9 FM. We are also on YouTube and the NewsSpin Facebook page. My guest during the segment is the chairman of the opposition United Workers' Party. Before we go to Mr. Thurl Prudent, what does the Prime Minister think about tomorrow's march? He addressed this during the press conference earlier today.
My perspective is let them march. No problem, sir. Let them march. I mean, and if you have a situation where an opposition has been devastated in the polls 15-2 and you lost the Mykonos seat, you would always have a march. No problem, let them march. No problem. We have said that we live in a democratic society. Is everybody's right to march? Yeah, no problem. Absolutely no problem with marching. I wouldn't tell them to go to march in Marshall. My perspective is let them march. No problem, sir. Let them march. I mean, and if you have a situation where an opposition has been devastated in the polls 15-2 and you lost the Mykonos seat, you would always have a march. No problem. Let them march. No problem. We have said that we live in a democratic society. Is everybody's right to march? Yeah, no problem. Absolutely no problem with marching. I wouldn't tell them to go to march in Marshall.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, what do you think about the Prime Minister's statement and reaction to the scheduled march on Saturday? Mr. Thurl Prudent, chairman of the UWP.
Thank you, team, and thank you for being on NewsSpin, and thank you to your listeners out there. I think the Prime Minister is very pathetic. I believe the Prime Minister seems to be believing that 15-2 means that the United Workers' Party is decimated. That's not true. We know very well that there is only a vote of 5,000 separating the United Workers' Party from the St. Lucia Labour Party. We also know that there were a number of seats that could have gone United Workers' Party, and I can go through them. Babonneau, I could go through Soufrière, I could go through the two Denneries, I could go through even Guy Joseph used to beat his opponents by over 1,000 votes. 300 and something vote is like nothing over a period of 5 years. I could also talk about the Mykonos seat and a number of other seats. So I'm saying to the Prime Minister, he will laugh last. He will laugh first, he will laugh last, laugh the best. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. But what the Prime Minister said there, it's true. I mean, 15-2, that is a serious beating that the United Workers' Party was given in the last general election. But let me say that it is also shocking, the reaction coming from the camp of the United Workers' Party. You guys are behaving as if you all won the last general election by 15-2.
But that's right. Maybe we did win.
So we are getting all that stress.
Let's put it this way. United Workers' Party is doing its work. United Workers' Party is ensuring that our branches are brought up to speed in terms of preparations for elections. The United Workers' Party understand what's happening on the ground. And we understand that the St. Lucia Labour Party had used a lot of little dirty tricks to be able to win the last elections. And a lot of things that they said we didn't have an opportunity, or we never commented, or we never debunked some of the nonsense that they were saying. And I think what the St. Lucia Labour Party is afraid of right now is the fact that there is a resurgence in terms of the United Workers' Party, and they cannot understand how a party that lost 15-2 is so energized and so ready and so organized to be able to remove them from the seat of government. And that is part of what I think is happening in the mind of the Prime Minister, and that is what bothers him the most.
What do you expect to come out of the march on Saturday? Because obviously you want to build momentum, and it can go one way or the other, depending on the level of support that you receive. And we all know that very often when you have such activities, people tend to be very partisan. So I don't expect the supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party will be joining your march, but it's mainly be expected to be one-sided with supporters from the UWP participating in the event?
I don't believe so. I believe that St. Lucians from all walks of life will find their way there tomorrow. And while it is true that it is organized by the United Workers' Party, people are not fooled by what this government did and is doing. And they are very aware that in the South, after 30 years of representation by Kenny Anthony, people like Musa, persons who have been entrenched in the South, that the South needs liberation. The South need a better way out in terms of healthcare. The South need a better way out in terms of employment. The South need a better way out in terms of the management of crime in this particular area. And the South need to be able to rebound, and they will join. And I have no doubt in my mind that people understand that this government have taken us nowhere. There was a lot of noise coming into these elections, and then all of that noise have fizzled. And there is a problem too, because, in government and politics, we know there is what you call politics, which is the roro, the beating of the pan and whatever. But there's something called, it's a dichotomy between politics and administration. But that government have never been able to make the turn into administration. So they're driven by politics. Policies that were supposedly policies, I don't even think they had any, are just driven by politics. So any government that cannot make the transition from politics into administration will always have a problem like what currently happens or is current within this present government.
But I also believe that the United Workers' Party was suffering from a similar problem, but to the extent that when it was in government, it did not understand how to also play the role of an opposition political entity in defending its stewardship. And the St. Lucia Labour Party, on the other hand, is defending its victory.
They're not they have reasons for defending the victory, because everybody needs to make money, everybody needs to be rich, everybody needs to be able to continue to pontificate, everybody needs to continue to pretend that they're better than the average St. Lucian within the St. Lucia Labour Party. So you're not protecting a victory, you're protecting jobs for the boys, you're protecting jobs for the St. Lucia Labour Party and the persons that are around them. In the Labour Party, you have what you call this inner circle, and that inner circle are the ministers, their wives, their jabals, and everybody else. They eat and eat and eat, and when there is nothing left, that crumb from the table filters into the foot soldiers. But by the time it gets to the foot soldiers, they have nothing really to be able to even build a home. So it's just enough to be able to buy a few drinks, put a little bread on the table. And guess what? By the time it gets to the wider population, the persons who went out and affirmed them or vote for them, there is nothing left. And all I'm saying is to the Labour Party, you can defend as much as you want to. Our job is to remove you off the backs of the people of this country.
Isn't the United Workers' Party facing the same problem? In the event that it wins the next general election, there'll be a group of individuals who would want to be rewarded for their quote-unquote hard work in supporting the UWP right now.
Of course. But the difference between us and the St. Lucia Labour Party, we will be the government for all of the people of St. Lucia. We will not be a government for only persons who supported us, United Workers' Party. We will be a government that is truly representative of the people of St. Lucia. And mark my words, this will happen. And in my discussions with our party, discussion with our political leader, this is what's going to happen. And United Workers' Party have had a illustrious history of being the government of all the people. And people may not remember, or they may pretend as if they have amnesia. United Workers' Party constructed this country. United Workers' Party made us what we are today, build the roads and the schools and to develop this country. And we've had a history of development in government, and you will see that again once we come back under the leadership of Alan Chastney.
Would you want to be a part of such a cabinet? Because people are already suggesting that possibly you might contest the Grosile seat in the upcoming poll.
I have not made any serious decision about any of that team. My work as chairman of the party is to take our party to victory. My aim is to ensure that I am very connected to every single constituency and that we are doing what we need to do to win the next elections. Like any young man or old man, whichever way you want to call it, or anybody who was bred and raised in Grosley, born and raised in Grosley, who would want to pass off on an opportunity to represent their own community? But that is not what I am about. I cannot be selfish. I was elected to be chairman of the party and to do the work of the party. So therefore, if at any point I decide that I want to run, then I can guarantee you there's a process that is available to us all, a process that we all can file and a process that will be fair in terms of who is going to be the candidate for whatever district or whatever community.
But you contested unsuccessfully as an LPM candidate.
Yeah.
And after that, you moved on to the St. Lucia Labour Party.
Yes.
And now you are back in the United Workers' Party.
Yes.
I mean, what does that say about you and politically being stable?
I'm very stable. If you have to look at my history, I spent 40 years of my life in the United Workers' Party, left for other reasons, went to form the LPM. I remained in the LPM for close to 10 years. And during that 10 years, I did better than any other politician here in this country. I was able to secure scholarships for the youths of Grosley. I was able to give them backpacks and school supplies during all of that time. I was able to form the Grosley Home and Garden Club to be able to lift the lives and to help people in our community. And this is what I brought. When I went to the St. Lucia Labour Party, I had been invited. I only spent 6 months during that period. By 2019...
You were invited to join the St. Lucia Labour Party?
I was asked to come in to collaborate with them.
Yes, by any specific individual?
Leo Clark wrote to me and asked me to collaborate with them and to do so. And then when I went in, Tim, I realized that what am I doing here? This is not the place I am supposed to be making my contribution, because I had nothing in common with the St. Lucia Labour Party. And
so you did not do your homework?
I did my homework when I started, but when I went into the belly of the beast, I realized that this is not what I needed. Now, let me explain something. When we in all of that, remember, I've never been a parliamentary representative. I've always acted in my role as a private citizen. And if you look at Sir John, who was Sir John? Sir John was first an independent. Sir John then became part of the St. Lucia Labour Party. Sir John then moved from the St. Lucia Labour Party, became the leader of the National Labour Movement. And then in 1964, Sir John joined with the People's Progressive Movement, Progressive Party, from which my mom came from, and they formed the United Workers' Party. He left shortly after a number of years, in the Labour years, on the Kenny Anthony. He became part of the Alliance, and then the Alliance back to UWP. Does that mean that John Compton did not mean well? Does that mean that Sir John did not want to be able to make a contribution, which he did for this country? No, it didn't. It's about, we focus on these things and believe that, this makes someone not credible. What makes you credible is what you do, your actions, how you go about treating people, how you go about showing that you care. And because we're so concerned about the party line, we believe that, because he was this or he was that, he cannot make a contribution. No, that is not so. Sir John is our guide, and he was one of the greatest politicians that we ever had in this country.
Yeah, true. Realistically, political politicians in St. Lucia have a tendency, to be a part of one party, and then when they fall out of favor, they turn independent or they join another party, etc. What do you think about, in your mind,
yes,
who is the one minister in this cabinet you think is performing at an exceptional level?
In the Labour Party?
In the Labour Party administration.
Zero.
You don't think of anyone?
Zero. Because you see, I don't judge them on individuals. I judge them collectively. And if you love your country, if you really love St. Lucia, I am saying, and you see things are not going right, you need to be able to tell your Prime Minister this isn't going right. And you cannot allow the Labour Party for the last 2.5 years to be riding the backs of the people of this country, lying to them so blatantly. Everything is a lie. Everything is a Sigwe Lucy. And I am saying that no, the time has come where if you are good and if you're patriotic minister or citizen in this government, you must be able to say, well, listen, this isn't going right because this fella's not performing and it is affecting my own work and prevents me from having the level of productivity I need to have.
I think if you honestly carried a poll right now,
yes,
the one minister who stands out in terms of his performance as a parliamentary representative in particular will be the Castries Central MP, Richard Frederick.
I don't study Richard, but I will tell you one thing. Last night I listened to his show, and he said that the police gives him files on individual citizens in this country, and that he has a stack of files that he collects. Team, I'm telling you, I don't care how much you say he's performing, this is frightening. This is very frightening for any citizen here in this country to believe that the police, if it is true, is giving files to Richard Frederick on individual citizens here in this country. Now you wonder why people say they don't trust the police. You wonder why people say that they don't want to deal with the St. Lucia police force. Here it is. If it is true, here it is. And not only that too, you have a situation of what you call the Leahy Law, which is basically the law in the U.S. after Patrick Leahy, a former Democratic senator. That law was fashioned, where it prohibits American government from helping police and armies out there, our security personnel out there. And don't think they're not listening. They're listening to the things that Richard Frederick is saying on a daily basis. And I am saying if America is to apply the Leahy Law, that means that we will not be getting any aid to be able to fight crime in this country, to be able to do the necessary things to protect us and our civil liberties here in this country. And it's also about rights. Doesn't the people that the police allegedly is giving the file to Richard Frederick, don't they have rights? They have rights like every single citizen here in this country.
You are watching NewsSpin on our NewsSpin Facebook page. You are also on YouTube, and you're listening to the broadcast on Power 97.9 FM. When we come back, I'll be hearing from you. You will call at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026.
Every right-thinking St. Lucian is now confused. The Prime Minister has borrowed $200 million to complete the St. Jude project, but he does not know how much it will cost to finish the hospital. Really? A set of scattered buildings instead of under one roof? This makes no sense. How can we throw good money after a bad project? Together, we must demand sensible and justifiable spending of our hard-earned tax dollars. Join me and other right-thinking St. Lucians on Saturday, 14th October at 3:30 p.m. next to the brewery as we march for the completion of a modern, world-class hospital.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
In the event of a thunderstorm, unplug all electrical appliances and equipment. Lightning can produce high voltages on electrical networks, which can damage equipment. Have flashlights, battery-powered radios, and extra fresh batteries available in the event of power outages.
This message is brought to you by NewsSpin, the power of caring.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
And he's done it! He's done it! And my goodness, it's gone.
The party is back! Premier Sports Inc. presents the KMC SPL T20. Powered by the National Lotteries Authority. Will defending champions Choiseul Craft Masters retain their crown? Or will they be pulled down?
Oh, it's time for
From October 13th to the 28th at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds and Grosley Playing Field. Grab your tickets now. Sol Gas Station in Grosley, Amici Restaurant and Bar in Rodney Bay, Riverside Car Park in Castries, Soufre Foundation in Soufre, Monrepo, Choiseul, and Labrie Credit Union. Tickets are only $15 for adults, $5 for children. VIP $65 and $85. The party is back! The KMC SPL T20. Powered by the National Lotteries Authority. Show them how to party.
Can't get a break from all this tax? Head to Automotive Art and get a taxcation. Automotive Art is offering you an ease from VAT and health and safety levy with savings of up to 15% and more. That's right, 15% of all tools, 15% of all accessories, 15% of car detailing, 15% of all rims, 15% of computerized wheel alignment, and 15% and more of selected tires with savings of up to 30% on some sizes. It's Automotive Art Taxcation. Visit us at Automotive Art at Vidbouteille Castries and Latunivier for today and enjoy a taxcation. Offer valid for limited time. Some conditions apply. See stores for details.
Things are heating up at the National Farmers and General Workers Credit Union Limited. We've got some red-hot deals just for you with 100% financing. Rev up for some excitement with our incredible vehicle loan offer. Building or renovating, we've got you covered. Or pack up for that ideal getaway. This offer won't be available forever. Visit us today and take advantage of this limited time deal. Don't miss out on these fantastic deals with 100% financing. Only at the National Farmers and General Workers Credit Union Limited. We're your friend when you're in need.
St. Lucia! Get set for one big night as we celebrate Midnight Groover's 50th anniversary. It's happening on Saturday, October 14th at Fordon in Dennery. Celebrate 50 years with Midnight Groovers. Also featuring the Secret Solo Band, Prosper, General Bass, Ali Katz, Mishak, and your 2023 Soca Monarch King, Imran Nerdy. Music by DJ Cleus, DJ Camo, and Run It Red. Early bird tickets cost $75. Regular $100. You pay more at the door. Get your tickets over at Steve's Barbershop in Castries, Anthony's Jewelers, all the sell outlets, the Shelter Bar over in Babano, Falco's Bar in Richmond Dennery, Plants Place in Dennery, and Simai's Distributors in Latuni View Forts. Sponsored by Blue Waters, First National Bank, Little House in the Woods, Courtesy Taxi and Tours, BB Rum, MBC Real FM, Hot 7 TV, Liberty FM and TV, powered by Root Boy and endorsed by the Folk Research Center. Saturday, October 14th, Midnight Groover's 50th anniversary inside Fordor in Dennery. Make this your lime. Get your tickets.
This is NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM, also on YouTube and the NewsSpin Facebook page. Somebody in Connecticut is monitoring the broadcast. In the chat room, somebody is being asked to wash their mouth with chemical. Let's take your calls now at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that's 716-2026. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are
Hello, good
on
afternoon, Tim.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon, Tim. It's your favorite, your friendly neighborhood David.
Over in Canada. You have a comment or question for my guest, Mr. Thurl Prudent?
Well, I have a comment, more or less, Tim, and a question at the same time.
Go ahead.
So, Tim, with what Mr. Prudent just said about someone acquiring information from a police officer and stating it on his particular show, and a judge reclusing themselves from a particular case, doesn't that give the DPP enough evidence to investigate based on the impact report? And if or whether or not this is a violation of the penal code, or is it just an ethical violation? All right, thank you. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much. What say you, Mr. Prudent?
Team, it's frightening. This should make every St. Lucian want to turn up and find out what exactly is happening here in this country. Because at the end of the day, when you're losing the battle on crime, you can't even manage crime. You've declared Vieux-Fort a criminal or crime zone. You've taken them off the map completely. And I am saying, and you have, police allegations of police officers giving information to a minister of government who they know can, if it is true, can use it against citizens here in this country. I say to you, this is very frightening. And in the scheme of democracy and in our judicial system, one would have thought that, you would have a separation of the judiciary from lawmakers here in this country.
Hold that point, sir. We have a call.
Yes.
Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Prudent.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Just a comment.
Yes.
I want St. Lucian to open their eyes, because you see that trip to Venezuela, this has nothing to do with asphalt. Has nothing to do with asphalt for our road. These people are already putting things in place so that they can steal the next election. That's what I want to say, and I want St. Lucians to be aware and open their eyes, because these people, that's what they're going to do in Venezuela, and has nothing to do with asphalt for our road. Good day, Tim. Goodbye.
Okay, thank you so much. We have no reason of proving what the lady is saying there to be true. Eh?
But I can say something very quickly.
Yeah.
At this time, when Venezuela is over close to 400% in terms of inflation, they have daily, you have thousands of Venezuelans fleeing their country to go to the United States to live, to have a better life. What serious government goes to Maduro? What serious government seeks to have accommodation with a man who can't even feed his own people and who can't even establish law and order in his own particular country? I am saying there's so much going on, and that just goes to show you how backwards and how wrong in the thinking of our Prime Minister and in when it comes to foreign policy and foreign diplomacy. Who in their right minds, knowing that Venezuela has so many problems and is at odds with the United States, want to go there? But I'll say to Philip Pierre, the Cold War is over.
Do we have a call?
The Cold War, yes.
Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, good afternoon to you, Rick. Quick comment and or question. Quick comment. Quick comment from you. We want to take as many calls as possible. I'll give you 5 minutes, sir. Go ahead.
That's all I need today.
Okay.
A giant in literature, I forgot who it was, he said in effect that there is no truth as pure as the truth that you discover for the first time while writing. You're writing something and something just hits you. Wow.
Yeah.
Like it happened to me when I was, all the time I've been writing, it suddenly hit me.
You call that an epiphany?
What?
An epiphany. Yeah.
Yeah. That all this talk about the impacts and so on, that we should have been concentrating on what our courts were saying.
Right.
But we had been misdirected there. But the impact report is very, very important. And because of the time thing I have there, you know, at the heart of the impact report was the behavior of police officers, you know, Tim.
Yeah. That's right.
At the heart of the report.
That's right.
That police officers killed people and planted guns at crime scenes. And that destroyed the police force credibility, although one cannot say which policeman was involved. But that is at the heart of impacts. And that is very serious for everybody. Even the lady who was shot, the policeman's wife, who was shot.
Kimberly De Leon.
Yeah, her death has been connected with impacts, you know. You know that? Okay. So we are taking impacts very, very lightly. And we are also taking it very likely that we have a joker of a DPP, and that DPP is a burden on the taxpayers of this country for his incompetence, for his demonstrated contempt, and so on. And St. Lucian just keep on taking it, or laughing when all colors are victimized by it. So that's all I'm going to say on this one. That the police and information passed around and so on and so on, that is at the heart of what Kenny Anthony broadcast to the world as coming from an investigation particularly initiated by himself. And don't forget, the facilitators of crime were fingered as government ministers, politicians, crooked police, and businessmen. Tie that up together. Good. And we have not resolved it, so no problem. That it's no surprise it's still coming up. But here's the thing regarding what I said about the pure truth that falls out of your mouth when you haven't even thought about it. I heard Prudence saying that when you asked him the question about the variety of parties he'd been involved in,
yeah,
and he made a point that the fact that he'd been in different parties did not challenge his seriousness or his concern about people and so on and so on. And I thought about that, and it suddenly hit me that there are very few of our leading politicians, Tim, who are not members of different parties, you know.
Yeah.
As you said, Compton,
Sarah Flood Bobra,
Peter Josie, Bobra, Leo Clark, Julian Hunt.
Dr. Von Lewis.
You see how many?
Yeah.
So that, you know, when people just throw these things around and there's no serious consideration of those things, changing parties, especially in St. Lucia, is as normal as putting your pants on.
George
But
Odlam.
when you have a little more time, we'll discuss that those two very important topics in greater depth. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Rick. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And let me see if I have any of your WhatsApp messages to go through. Somebody says there, Tim, good afternoon to you and your guest. Is that not the same Sarah the UDP was lambasting when she was going through the abortion bill while she was an SLP MP? Let's see if we have some more of your messages in the via WhatsApp. Somebody says there, if Chasney is so good, why is only one term he did as Prime Minister?
I can answer, and I can answer that. If Kenny Anthony was so good, why is it that in the last 15, 20 years, we've only had one-term governments here in this country? And so you should ask yourself the question. And not only that, too, we know what impacted this whole elections. The constant lies that were coming from the St. Lucia Labour Party, the constant racist talk that was coming from the St. Lucia Labour Party, forgetting that this is a touristic country and it relies heavily on tourism. We have to also take into consideration COVID, what the impact that it had. But you see, when the Labour Party gave so much criticism of Alan Chasney, but guess what? Alan Chasney was busy protecting livelihood and saving lives. Under the Labour Party, they came in 400 citizens lost their lives in COVID because the St. Lucia Labour Party was incompetent in terms of how it was supposed to have managed COVID.
We have a call. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Good afternoon.
You'll have to speak up, sir. Good afternoon to you. Quick question or comment?
Quick comment. Good afternoon, Tim. How are you doing?
I'm okay, caller.
Good afternoon to my chairman of choice, Mr. Cyril Prudence.
Good afternoon, my buddy.
Tim, there's a number of reasons why St. Lucia should go down in day for tomorrow, such as the 2.5% tax that this government imposed on the backs of people. The fact that we have a high crime rate, never have we seen before. The fact that people are struggling to make ends meet on a daily basis. The fact that the hospitals have no medication. Even the outpatient clinic at in Viewport is closed with no explanation from the Ministry of Health and Musa Shabaptis, who is the Minister of Health. The fact that corruption is at its highest under this present Labour Party government. The fact that you have a government minister who, like Brother Sarah Prudent indicated, who would go on his show on last night and say that the police is giving him some files on people. This is serious and frightening for our democracy and our justice system. So all these and more, why St. Lucia should turn out in large numbers tomorrow in Viewport. And the fact that this government refuses to finish the state-of-the-art hospital, the St. Jude Hospital, that the last Alan Chaffney-led administration started, which everybody is saying, including Dr. Sylvia Wilson, is a modern and better medical facility to house the nurses and the doctors and the patients. This Labour Party government continues to play politics, and I'm just urging all St. Lucians to join the march tomorrow in Viewport. And likewise, we in New York City, we're having our march. And for those of you in New York, concerned citizens, patriots who love their country, you can join us tomorrow, Saturday, on Eastern Parkway and Utica by the Rainbow Store. We're starting the same time as the protest is starts in Viewport at the same time. And I understood the Toronto caucus is having their protest march also. So St. Lucians in the diaspora, we are concerned and we are standing in solidarity with our brothers and sisters back home. Thank you very much. Tim.
All right. Thank you so much for calling, sir.
So, team, tomorrow is a very important day. Tomorrow is a defining day, once and for all, whether the people of this country want better health care, whether the people of this country wants to take up or call out the St. Lucia Labour Party for its so-called universal health care, which is basically a rationing of health care in this country. The Labour Party has been talking about universal health care for the last 20 years. And out of that 20 years, they've had more opportunities in government to be able to make universal health care a reality in this country. And yet still, they've not been able to do so. And so tomorrow, you have it's your opportunity. You are being burdened with inflation. You have runaway crime in this country. You have a government that seems to be more concerned about protecting the victory. But I'll say to you, tomorrow is your opportunity to decambulate the victory. And that is what you need to do. You need to show this government who is boss. We need to show this government who is in charge. We need to show this government who makes decisions in this country. And so you, the citizens and of this country, whether or not you are supporters of the UWP, whether you are supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party, we all are suffering. We all are suffering. So here is your opportunity tomorrow. We're providing buses. Some people are coming on their own. Some will be walking. Some will be coming, carpool. But I am saying you need to come. You need to come to make and to send a very defining message to the St. Lucia Labour Party that the gig is up. This gig is up and the nonsense have to come to an end.
We have a call. Hello, good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello. Okay, we've lost that call. 452-2979. That's 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have a WhatsApp call. Hello and good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, we lost the call.
Okay, we lost.
All right, so remember, please, when you call, turn down the volume of your radio or whatever device you're using to listen to the broadcast. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Let me see if I have any of your WhatsApp messages. Let's see what's happening in the chat room by way of your comments. Somebody says, can't wait to laugh at UWP protest tomorrow. You think people will be getting an opportunity or political opponents an opportunity to laugh at the outcome of that protest march tomorrow?
Let them believe. If we get 1-2 persons, we still have one. This means that we still send a message out. And so I am not about worrying about who laughs or who doesn't laugh. The United Workers' Party is a very serious political organization. The United Workers' Party have always proven that in government it is a serious government. It has produced serious governments. And so if you laugh, so what? You think it's going to prevent us from continuing to agitate in this country? You think it's going to prevent us from continuing to speak the truth to this government in terms of its own performance? It's
We have a
not.
call. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon to you. Quick comment or question, sir?
I believe that's an important match for every citizen of this country. Tim, I am going to the match, and you know why I'm going to the match? Because of the roads damaging my car, and I have to put my hand deep in my pocket. Again, you have a 2.5% VAT. I demonstrating for all of that. I am demonstrating, Tim, for the increase in gas price, the increase in the commodities on the supermarket shelves. And you see some of those people that do not know their rights, Tim, let them stay at home and give the Labour Party another chance. You see, just like COVID, when the Labour Party get into power under Alan Chastanet, they was controlling it to a certain extent. But when Mr. Pierre was Prime Minister of this country, you remember what he said? Lock down the country, do not open up, or whatever he said. No people die under this Prime Minister team. And I am telling you, it's not getting better for us. So I think I will go down to Beaufort and demonstrate for the increase in prices across the board, Tim. I am very upset right now, and I cannot wait for the time to come for me to be down there to send a strong signal to Prime Minister Pierre to tell him that the entire country is suffering. And as a result of that, Tim, we can't even get the tourists coming to St. Lucia as before, Tim. There's no money in our pocket. The only money they have is for their friends and family. That they were saying before. But right now, it's their friends and family that is benefiting Tim. And when you really look at it across the board, in fact, Tim, there's so many things to say, but I will leave it for another day.
Okay.
I'll give somebody else a call.
We have another call this time via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is
Hi, Tim.
NewsSpin. Good afternoon.
Hi, Tim, and hi, Mr. Chairman.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yes,
Hi.
very good.
Good. This is Minerva Ward and the president of the Flubbo Toronto Caucus. Tim, just give me a few seconds on your show to just invite all concerned St. Lucians living in the Greater Toronto area. We are having a solidarity protest at the Anglican Church in Toronto at 111 Manor Road East. So I'm calling all St. Lucians in the GTA. You don't have to support the UWP. You don't have to be politically aligned. Anybody who's concerned about what is happening in St. Lucia and just wants to gather with other like-minded St. Lucians or other St. Lucians just to talk, just to have a conversation on what is happening. We are gathering at the Anglican Church, 111 Manor Road East tomorrow at 2 o'clock. There will be placards provided. If you want, just be there to be around the conversation, the discussion, and to express your protest. So we are joining what is happening in St. Lucia in solidarity with our fellow St. Lucians at home, and I'm asking all St. Lucians in the GTA to come out tomorrow. Thank you for giving me a few seconds on your show, Tim.
All right.
Very
Thank you so
good.
much.
Very good.
Calling all the way from Canada.
Yes, and Tim, you know, you see how vibrant the diaspora is. We've got caucuses in almost every city and every country where St. Lucians reside. We have Miami coming on board very soon, the Miami Flubbo Caucus. And they're playing a very significant role, because don't believe as if just because they live abroad, they don't care about what's happening here in this country. They do care about what's happening in this country. And this is the kind of energy that has transcended not just St. Lucian politics, but has transcended all the way into the diaspora to have all of these groups forming, wanting to let their voices known, because these are people sending back remittances to their parents and to their friends back home. And we cannot pretend as if They're not significant. They're very significant because those are the persons who keep this economy afloat, especially at a time when inflation is so high. People have to go to a supermarket and choose between cheese and eggs, between their medicine and rice. And sometimes you don't even have sugar, to deal with. And I'm saying to myself, no, the diaspora will continue to play a very important role. And this is where we are leading the way in terms of ensuring that both St. Lucians at home and St. Lucians in the diaspora are very much an integral part of how our country is managed.
Why do you think the diaspora is so politically active, whether you're talking about supporters of the UWP or the SLP?
I don't know for the SLP. All I can say to you, we've led the way. We have more caucuses than SLP can even think of having. And when we did that, we did those things in the very early days of United Workers' Party losing. And it means that we had the vision to be able to ensure that once and for all, St. Lucians abroad had a voice and that they could be able to speak to the issues here in this country, organizing themselves abroad and using their remittances to be able to show that, yes, we have the power. Yes, we are helping this economy to stay afloat, especially now here in this country, and that you're not going to silence our voices.
452-2979, 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages. Let me see what's happening in the chat room in terms of observations being made there. Let's see there. Somebody saying with the high cost of living, and also some other comments and people asking certain questions, but they're having their own discussions there in the chat room. And starring is Shazi all the way in Martinique. So they're having their own NewsSpin program in the chat room. Let's see if we have a call. Okay, let's see if we go through this call right now.
Okay.
Hello and good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon
Yes.
to you. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yes. Can you remember when Alan Chasney, that is for Mr. Pruden, can you remember the time Alan Chasney was in power? Philip J. Pierre requested to visit St. Jude. He wrote the letter to Guy Joseph to visit St. Jude. Can you remember that Guy Joseph denied Philip J. Pierre to visit St. Jude? Can you remember that?
I have no knowledge of that.
They did not want Philip J. Pierre, neither the Labour Party side, to visit St. Jude's. Why now they want to come and protest about that? Why? That is the question I want to put.
So we could ask, why haven't the St. Lucia Labour Party open up the yards of both hospitals to allow St. Lucians from all walks of life to be able to see which and make the decision finally as to which is the best hospital. And so at the end of the day, when we go back into this thing about, they didn't give Philip Pierre opportunity to come there, then do better. If you believe that UWP did some injustice by not allowing Philip Pierre to come in, then do better. Open up for us on tomorrow. Allow your St. Lucians of all walks of life to go in there to see what's in there.
No, listen to that. All that y'all doesn't talk about it. Y'all doesn't talk about it. But right now y'all want to protest. What are you all protesting for? You all have to protest for the vaccine, the vaccine money.
We had no, but you know you're misleading. But you know what you're doing there is misleading. You know very well that United Work. Yes, you are, because you know very well that the vaccine, no vaccine money was stolen, no vaccine money was put in anybody's pocket. You know that very well, and that Barbados was a part of it, and Bahamas was part of it. Of course we have. Maybe I don't know where your heirs have been, but I'm saying to you, we have been talking to the issues.
To return the money to the country.
Return what money? Return what money? Money for what? Return? No, because
let me hear the caller. What are you saying, caller?
Yes, you have to get that money so that we can finish St. Jude's. We have to get the money to finish St. Jude. Why is the protest? Tell me why you are protesting. The 2.5, you all need to tell me you all running the country without tax on what we depend in. We cannot depend on foreign countries all the time to take care of St. Lucia business. We are independent. So we in St. Lucia, we want freeness.
But you can travel all the way to Dubai and produce nothing in Dubai. You can travel, your ministers can travel almost so many trips to Dubai and produce nothing, give us nothing back. And I'm saying, yes?
You are there for just your pocket. You are there
no,
just for
no,
your
ma'am.
pocket.
No, ma'am. United Workers' Party is an exemplary political organization, and they've lived by that. And we can prove it, and over again we can.
Caller, by the way, how is Barbados?
All of you, you know exactly what he's
well,
doing.
Maybe if you're in Barbados, you should ask. You should ask.
Caller, by the way, how is Barbados, caller?
Yeah.
I'm not in Barbados. I'm in St. Lucia.
Oh, I thought you were. Okay, my apologies to you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, thank you so much for calling. All right, let's continue. Let's continue with your calls once again. You have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Guy Joseph.
Hi, Guy.
Tim, you see, that is the operations of the Labour Party with misinformation.
That's right.
Your last caller, Tim, just said that we denied, that Guy Joseph denied the leader of the opposition the opportunity to visit St. Jude. That is an outright lie. Tim, the letter is there to show that I wrote to the leader of the opposition and I said to him, we are willing to facilitate the visit to St. Jude. We've been looking for the plans for St. Jude that they said that they had and was available. So if they are willing to bring the plans along with them and explain to us what they were doing. So this caller, I mean, for adult people, for a lady to waste her time and call a talk show and to say an outright lie that we denied the Labour Party. All senators, the St. Jude was always available. There were times we had an open day for more than 2 weeks where persons from the public had the opportunity to visit St. Jude. So once again, Tim, while your program is a very credible program, it is callers like this last caller in a desperate move to defend the incompetence of Labour will try to make it look like we would deny. And they forgot that even when the police did not give Kenny Anthony the opportunity to hold a meeting because they wanted to have a meeting at the gates of St. Jude back in 2011, that they went ahead and they had the meeting there.
They did.
And the then UWP government did not do anything to say, boy, you all breaking the law, you all doing this, you all doing that. You know, these are the things, and I keep on telling these people who call your program to say all these lies and mistruths and half-truths, that the people of St. Lucia can remember. Tim, you remember the Labour Party had a meeting in 2011 at the gate of St. Jude? They set up their platform there. That is what transpired. So this caller, I am saying you have called NewsSpin to say another lie about Guy Joseph, as all the other lies you all have said about corruption and bobble, and you all have had 2 years in government this time and 5 years previously to prove one thing that Guy Joseph did that was corrupt, and you all have not been able to do so.
That's right.
So don't think that you all are going to get away with it this time.
Not this time, not at all.
Lucians are going to exercise their rights to demonstrate. It is their right to do so. And the Prime Minister, and through you, Mr. Chairman, and
Yes.
team, the Prime Minister have no other choice because at the end, what is he going to say? They cannot protest. They protested in during the time of COVID when it was forbidden, when they broke the law. And what they did when they came in government was they changed the law around and they exempted everybody who had broken the law during COVID. And that is part of the situation we are facing with crime.
Yes.
I know you didn't want long call, Tim, but I had
yeah.
to debunk what this caller said and to point out that the letter is there to show that we never denied Philip J. Pierre. We just asked them to come with the team to give us the information that they said was available at St. Jude, and we were not able to find. Thank you
Considering,
very
sir,
much.
you're an
And I look
Adventist,
forward-
considering,
I
Mr. Joseph,
will be at the meeting down there on Saturday night.
but the march,
I will be present.
considering you're an Adventist, will you be at the march from 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
I will not be
he
at
will
the
not
march
be.
from 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but I will join them after sunset.
And he
in
early
the public
indicated that to the party
Okay.
very early.
All right,
Yes.
thank you so much,
Yes.
Mr. Guy Joseph.
Yes.
Final comments from you, Mr. Prudent.
Yes. I want to say to the people of St. Lucia that the time to show responsibility is now. The time to speak loudly and say to your government that this country is going on the wrong course is now. You cannot afford to have another 2.5 years of this government running this country in a way that seems to be a disastrous way, a way that is only driven by politics and not by the interests of the people of this country. Tomorrow is a defining day. So we're inviting each and every one of you to show up, come. If you want to be able to be there and you're not sure how to get there, my number is 287-6814, 287-6814. Call me, call TP. Let me know where you are, where you need your transportation to be from, and I will assist you with that. But we have to show face and we have to speak to the powers that be that this is the end of all the rubbish, because United Workers' Party will not be silenced. We will not be silenced in this country. We will not be allowed to believe that we are second class citizens in this country. We love this country. We want to move our beautiful St. Lucia forward, but it cannot be under the auspices of Philip Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party. We must do everything in our power to return Alan Chasney and the United Workers' Party back to office so that we can continue to have the kind of progress that we've enjoyed for close to 60 years within a United Workers' Party government since its formation.
By the way, there's only one TP,
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prudent, for being my guest on this afternoon's NewsSpin broadcast.
Thank you.
And to you, thank you so much for watching and listening on Power 97.9 FM, as well as on YouTube and the NewsSpin Facebook page. Have a great weekend, and God willing, we'll be back on Monday afternoon, same time, 12:30, with another edition of NewsSpin. Goodbye.